I do these things sometimes because I've realized how comfortable I am. I know that if I continue going through the motions, my life will quickly turn into a blur of unconsciousness. And it's not a puzzle to me why this anxiety exists or why loneliness welcomes me as soon as I open my front door. I'm hiding in this house, under my covers, behind a screen. Isn't it easier to get my people fixed without actually engaging them? Oh God, have we all become this way? I pour my money into things that I don't actually care about. I've done it over and over. Today's June 1st. God just reminded me of that. This day, last year, I made the decision to leave my good-paying job as a server. About 6 months prior to that day, I knew my job had slowly become my security blanket. A crushing, suffocatingly warm security blanket. And the friends that I had there, the guy I was sleeping with, the money I was making, the pride I felt carrying home hundreds of dollars every night, and the constant attention I was getting by men and women. Underneath my successful exterior was a girl who had no idea what the hell had happened to her life. I had been a little girl exploding with endless creativity, and now I was a shell of a woman barricaded with self-protection and bitterness. So that's why I'm living in my Honda Civic. Hey, I know what you're thinking. It's California. The weather is incredible. Housing is insane. And why give my scant amount of money to live in the mold house? I have the opportunity to put that money towards actually building something inside of myself if I'm willing to sacrifice. I'll finally have money for my craft and creativity. Fuck you, comfort. But I bite my nails. And I wonder who I'm gonna be at the end of all this. Stepping boldly into experience without a refuge to hide in. An experience, as terrifying as it is sometimes, is crucial to us as human beings because we were designed for it. Our brains were created to house real live memories. Our eyes were made to behold other eyes. It's a powerful thing. Nothing about a screen can allow you to get a glimpse of a heart and a story like seeing someone in person. We need connection, we all do, whether we want to admit it or not. Every one of us possesses an innate desire to feel like we are part of something bigger than ourselves. I'm sure you're not surprised to find out that my friends thought I was absolutely crazy for doing this. I watched as each one slowly drifted away from me in righteous or self-righteous sympathy, simply because I didn't live in a house. Wow. And they weren't the only one. I came face to face with realizing the realities and the isolation of the homeless. I had parked next to a scenic back lot, and I was cooking on my camper stove with a smile and my Patagonia. Simply because I was perched on the ground next to my car, people took a half look and drove in a different direction. Eyes stayed glued on the road ahead of them. Not a single glance passed my way. Not a word uttered. Not a speck of love. Pitying my lifestyle. And none of them knew I was happier than I had been in close to a decade. Sure, I had tried a modern lifestyle. I had a house of my own to fill with beautiful things. I thought having my own place would draw people into my home, that I would be filled with creativity in my new studio room and that I would love the freedom. But at the end of the day, it did none of that. And I find it utterly ironic that I've been that person as well. Swiftly passing by the homeless for fear that they dare require something of me, whether that be my time or my money. I can guarantee you that most of the people on the streets are simply just looking for compassion. They get ignored all day, every day of their life. How utterly devastating to be a living, breathing human being classified as something other than just that. That's a person there, sleeping on the wet concrete under a plastic tarp. That's a person there, slumped in a corner, eyes begging for a moment of quiet sleep after being awake all night, terrified of yet another person asking them to leave. Go where? Where do you want them to go? They just want money for drugs and alcohol, they say, as their lip curls in disgust. Wouldn't you want to escape if your life looked like that? I don't blame them. What if reaching out for the McDonald's hamburger you asked for was the only physical contact you had received in over a week? My friends pity me, but they don't know. They didn't see the look Maddie gave me as I made room for her in my car house to drive her down the street. She cradled herself with a cigarette. Shame pouring from her eyes, she patted my 6-inch foam mattress she was sitting on and softly said, "This is nice." Gently, she allowed herself to relax on my king-size down comforter that I had mashed into the backseat of my car. She just sat there, motionless, relaxed for probably the first time in who knows how many days. She sat there, and I sat there, my heart broken, love bursting out of my chest for her, lost in my overwhelming feeling of gratitude to sleep in my Honda Civic.